Having deliberated on matters relating to the conduct of the Secretary General, Senator Edwin Sifuna, the NEC resolved to remove him from office with the
Kenya's political scene has been shaken by an unexpected intervention from Ida Odinga, who stepped into the escalating dispute within the Orange Democratic Movement and declared that Edwin Sifuna remains the legitimate Secretary General. Her position did not just defend an individual, it challenged an entire political direction that has quietly been forming between sections of ODM and the government led by President William Ruto.
And as I said at Mzee's burial, it will not be me to wreck Mzee's party. It will not be Sifuna. I made that promise to Mzee, and I want to repeat it here. The advice that you've given, Mama, I want to tell you, there is no one in ODM. It doesn't matter how many times, how badly you've insulted me. There is no one in ODM I will not sit down with. I want to give you that assurance. You have asked us to sit and talk. I am very prepared. It doesn't matter what has happened between us.
For months, signs had been emerging that parts of ODM were shifting from hard opposition politics towards cooperation with the president's administration. The tone of criticism softened, meetings happened, the language of confrontation reduced. Several senior figures appeared comfortable with a working relationship with President William Ruto's government, among them Junet Mohamed, Gladys Wanga and Oburu Odinga. The arrangement was not officially declared, but politically visible.
Na sisi tukija hapa leo, tunataka kusema ya kwamba tukisonga mbele kama chama tumeamua ya kwamba tukisonga mbele pale 2027 ODM haitawahi rudi tena kuwa chama cha opposition.
Inside this environment, Sifuna stood out. While others toned down rhetoric, he maintained aggressive opposition politics. He criticized government policy openly and consistently. To allies of the administration, he became an obstacle to a smoother political atmosphere. To grassroots supporters of ODM, he represented the party's original identity as a resistance movement rather than a cooperative partner.
I remain a loyal member and the duly elected Secretary General of the ODM party. At no time have I been informed of any allegations against me. Neither have I been invited to respond to any complaints in and out of the party on any matter that would constitute grounds for removal of a Secretary General.
His removal from the Secretary General position was therefore expected to calm tension and align the party internally. Instead, it triggered rebellion. A group of leaders rallied around him, including James Orengo, Babu Wino, Winnie Odinga, and more than 21 legislators who publicly supported him. What was meant to close a chapter instead opened a deeper conflict over the soul of the party. Then came the decisive moment. Ida Odinga backed Sifuna and described him as politically inseparable from the legacy of Raila Odinga. That endorsement transformed the dispute. It was no longer a normal internal disciplinary matter. It became a struggle over loyalty and ideological direction.
Wale maadui wetu ambayo wanataka kupigana na chama chetu, ambayo wanaeneza kila saa chama imekufa, chama imefanya hiyo wamesema ya kutosha. Miaka ya 2010 wamesema ODM imekufa ama haijakufa. Imekufa, ODM imekufa. ODM imekufa. 2013 wamesema ODM imekufa, ilikufa.
Her words effectively placed Sifuna within the symbolic family of the movement. Removing him now risked appearing like abandoning the founding values of the party rather than enforcing internal order. This complicates calculations for both ODM leaders and President William Ruto's strategists.
The problem in ODM is President Ruto. We are asking President Ruto to let ODM go, let ODM alone. He has not taken it hostage. He is in possession of the party called ODM.
The government benefits from a calm opposition, not necessarily a united one. A divided but quiet opposition provides stability. However, a divided and emotionally energized opposition creates unpredictable mobilization. Ida Odinga's intervention risks producing the second scenario. By legitimizing Sifuna's resistance, she strengthened a faction that could rally grassroots supporters who feel the party is drifting towards power comfort.
Kuna masukosuko ndani ya chama chetu. Kuna wengine wanaruka, wanaenda hivi, wanaenda vile. Shida tuko naye ndani ya ODM. Nataka kusema leo nikiwa hapa Lamu. Shida tuko naye ndani ya chama chetu sio mambo ya broad based, sio mambo ya serikali ya broad based, sio mambo ya Ruto. Shida tuko naye kwa chama chetu ni yule former president ambaye anaitwa Uhuru Kenyatta. Huyu ndio anaharibu chama yetu.
The conflict therefore moved from positions to perception. If Sifuna is punished, he gains a sympathy as a defender of opposition ideals. If he is ignored, he grows as an alternative center of influence. Either path weakens party cohesion.
As I stand here, the Secretary General of the Orange Democratic Movement is Senator Edwin Sifuna.
ODM leaders now face a difficult dilemma. Reinstating him would undermine internal authority, and forcing his removal could spark wider rebellion among younger leaders and supporters. Meanwhile, the presidency must avoid appearing responsible for the crisis while maintaining political stability.
Sasa nimesikia ati wanataka kuanzisha azimio. Ile azimio tulinyorosha asubuhi na mapema. Sasa niwaulize, azimio bila ODM ni sinikuzimia? Azimio bila ODM sinikuzimia? Ni kweli?
The episode also reshapes future electoral politics. Instead of waiting for the next election cycle, political alignments could begin forming early. Voters may emotionally choose between cooperation politics and resistance politics long before ballots are cast. In effect, Ida Odinga did not simply defend an individual leader. She slowed down a broader political transition that aimed to gradually shift ODM from a confrontational opposition into a structured partner in governance. The dispute has now evolved into a contest of identity. Whether ODM remains a movement defined by opposition instincts or becomes a cooperative institution is now openly contested.
Having deliberated on matters relating to the conduct of the Secretary General, Senator Edwin Sifuna, the NEC resolved to remove him from office with immediate effect in accordance with the party constitution and applicable laws. Effectively, the Deputy Secretary General, Honorable.
The coming period will determine whether the endorsement becomes a symbolic moment or the foundation of a sustained internal resistance. But one conclusion is already clear. The issue has outgrown a job title and turned into a struggle over the party's direction, its legacy, and the future shape of opposition politics in Kenya. Once politics reaches that emotional stage, stability becomes difficult to manage quietly.
And as I said at Mzee's burial, it will not be me to wreck Mzee's party. It will not be Sifuna. I made that promise to Mzee, and I want to repeat it here. The advice that you've given, Mama, I want to tell you, there is no one in ODM. It doesn't matter how many times, how badly you've insulted me. There is no one in ODM I will not sit down with. I want to give you that assurance. You have asked us to sit and talk. I am very prepared. It doesn't matter what has happened between us.
Winyalo bedo gi gwandruok to bedru piny ulos mondo ubed kaachiel. Onge ng'at miriambo. Bende onge ng'at mawuok. Telo manowe party kod mantie party. Biuru mondo ubed kaachiel. Uwuo mokwongo kapok ukiro wach oko nikech weche dwa kirore oko mang'eny ahinya. Mondo kik wabed kaka jomoko ma onge mwelekeo.